A few weeks ago, I found a really nice way to fill my sketchbook pages. I was walking home and it was cold and I was wearing so many layers and holding so many stuff, so I decided to draw this. And after that, I drew this. And I had so much fun with it, even though I wasn't even looking at the reference picture, I was just thinking how I was looking, so I drew this. And I had so much fun that I decided to draw my outfit the next day, looking at the reference this time, and I drew this and then this. And I really liked how this turned out, so I want to do the same thing again. I had a reference picture right here, I printed that with the photo printer that we have, and I want to draw this one. It's not the outfit that I'm wearing today because I'm still in my pajamas, so I'm gonna draw an outfit from a different day. It doesn't really matter, this is not the point here. And I really like using the small sketchbook, but holding it like that, because I think the other sketchbook that I have is too big for something like that. And this is the perfect size if you have it like that. So I'm just gonna start with a Polychromos pencil, and later I'm gonna use my markers and these markers and maybe some of my Pigma microns for the line art if I need it. Maybe I won't use them. In the last one I used them. But the first one I did was a very loose sketch and stylized. I think it's cute too, but I think today I want to draw something more like this one. So let's start. I'm gonna have this picture here so I can see it. You won't see it, but maybe I'm gonna put the reference in the screen right now, maybe I won't. I'll decide that later when I'm editing. I'm using this so I don't have to erase completely the sketch before the markers. I think today's reference is not so easy because I'm very small in this picture, but I didn't have a better one, and like this outfit, I wanted to draw the leather pants because I think it's gonna create an interesting effect with the markers. But because everything is super black and super small, I don't know, I think it's gonna give me a bit of a hard time. But it's a challenge that I'm willing to take. I'm just gonna do a really quick sketch just to get the proportions right at first. Really blocking the shapes to see if everything will fit in the picture. Should I put it here so you can see it too? Do you even see it actually? That's better, I think. I like to film in the morning, but I haven't even drank my coffee. Like, I've drank a small espresso, but that doesn't really do it for me. So I like to film in the morning, but I don't really want to talk in the morning too before my coffee, so it's kind of hard for me right now. I'm trying to not drink as much coffee as I was drinking, and this is hard too. But I was really having a hard time sleeping at night, so right now I'm trying to cut back on the caffeine that I'm taking, trying to live healthier this year, and this is a start, having better sleep. The only bad thing with this sketchbook right here, like I have it now, it's this part here, it's kind of hard to draw. And this here in the picture is my favorite part of the drawing. Maybe I'll have to erase it all and move it up a little bit. I'm gonna do it. It's really early on, so it won't be a problem. The only problem is that these pencils are not so erasable. I think it's fine. I can see some of it still, but it doesn't really bother me. And from the camera it doesn't even show up at all, so it's gonna be fine. I'm putting the head a little bit higher. I think it's gonna end up in the same place. I think the coat is not as big as I've made it to be. I have kind of a short torso. I really like drawing myself. I think it's so fun to see if you're gonna capture your likeness or not, and you know yourself better than anyone else. So it's really fun to draw yourself. Plus you can create whatever reference you want if you are the one taking the pictures and posing for them. The only bad thing with that is that you can't really take your pictures from any angle unless you have a tripod or something. Like I wanted to do some cool perspective illustrations, but I didn't have a tripod to set on the place that I wanted, so I haven't done that yet. And I don't want to have another person taking my photos. I feel more comfortable taking them myself. But I'm gonna do it eventually, probably. I want to get better at perspective and different dynamic poses, because I'm always drawing something that's like very straight on. Like this picture doesn't have any weird perspective or anything. It's just me in front of a mirror. And I have taken so many pictures in front of that mirror specifically because it's the one that I'm looking when I'm getting ready to go out of the house. So obviously I look at this mirror a lot, and if I'm taking a photo of my outfits or of me in general, I'm gonna take it there. I really wanna draw this coat again, because the last time that I drew it, here I wasn't looking at a reference or anything, so it doesn't really look like the coat. It's the same coat, but it's not. So I really want to see how I'm gonna draw it now, even though I can't really see the details in this picture. I want to see how I'm gonna do it this time. I really used to avoid drawing anything with clothes on, any person with clothes on. I always drew naked people. This sounds weird. I was doing figure drawings and the models were naked in these pictures. And recently I've been trying to get out of my comfort zone and draw more things. I'm gonna have a hard time with the face, so I might even leave it more stylized or simplified. In this one I drew my features a little bit, but I don't know, maybe I'll do it later with a line art again. Last time that I drew that, I was looking the picture on the phone so I could zoom in and really see the features, but right now I'm just looking at a really small picture. I'm gonna erase everything to a point that I can still see it, but it's not really as visible as it is right now. And I'm gonna start with the coloring. If you don't know what this eraser is, it's an ootd eraser. It's really fun to play with, but it's really useful too. These erasers, the common ones that you find everywhere, are good to completely erase something, and they leave everything, these little pieces of eraser behind. But this thing here, you just knead it with your hands like that, and you can create whatever shapes that you like, and you can just lightly erase your sketch like that. It doesn't leave behind anything. And it's really nice. You can even cut little parts of it and do something really detailed. For example, if you're working with pencils and you want to create some subtle highlights or something, you can go with this and erase it a little bit. And it's really useful. It's not expensive. You can find it probably in most art stores. So if you're a beginner and you don't know what this eraser is, I think you would really like it. It's a really nice eraser. I can't erase it anymore. I really pushed with this pencil, but it's fine, it doesn't matter. I don't care if the sketch shows through, so it's fine. I'm gonna put some scrap papers to protect the paper on the other side, because I'm gonna use markers. So I'm gonna put this random scrap paper from another video with swatches and some other scrap papers that I have here. I'm gonna have these things here to see the swatches of the markers that I'm using. This is not the same paper with this one that I'm using right now. The colors are gonna appear different in this page, but I don't really mind. It's not that big of a difference, so it's fine by me. But for better results, you should probably swatch them in the paper that you're gonna use. I'm gonna start with coloring this early warm gray, this one. And it's gonna be a bit warmer here in this paper because this paper is not white. It's kinda yellowy, it's an off-white, but it's not really off-white. It's kinda a beige color. And the first time that I got this sketchbook, I was like, I don't think I'm gonna like it. It's really yellowy and beige, and I don't really think that I'm gonna like it. Because before that I was using a completely white sketchbook, so it was a big jump for me from the other one to this one. But now I kinda like it, actually. It doesn't really bother me. Maybe I got used to it, but I really don't mind being that color. I don't know where to start because everything is black in this picture, and I don't want to have it just a black drawing. This is not fun. So here I think that I'm seeing some warmer tones, but the bad thing with the Ohuhu markers is that everything is a bit darker and saturated. They have a pastel set now and I kind of want to buy them, but I haven't gotten around to do that. So if I try them in the future, I'm gonna probably make a video out of it so you will know. I was between buying those and buying some gouache sets, the Himi gouache set. I don't know if you know it. But yeah, I ordered that, and when I got it, I'm probably gonna make a video about that too. So if you wanna see that, stick around. And today I got the sketchbook that I've ordered a long time ago, so I'm gonna try that. But right now I'm using already two sketchbooks, this one and a bigger one of the same brand, the same exact style. But I'm not ready to start a new sketchbook. I'm just gonna try it a little bit to see which mediums that I like using in it and stuff. And I'm probably gonna create the video where I review all the sketchbooks that I've tried. So this is another video that I'm looking forward to creating. I'm gonna keep some colors that I know I'm gonna use later too right here. I'm gonna start with some grays. I think I'm gonna start with the warm ones and I can make them a little bit colder later. I think it's easier to make them colder. And these areas right here are gonna be the darkest. I know this is gonna be like almost completely black, but I wanna go gradually there. I don't wanna start with black. And I'm not being really precious with my markers. Like whenever I work with markers, I've seen people trying to create the perfect flat layers and creating completely different results with the markers. But that's just not my style. I like being messy with everything that I do, and I can't really bother trying to create the perfect drawings. I like to have messy drawings and experiment. I can only just admire the people that create the perfect drawings. It's not for me though. It's not that I don't have beautiful drawings. I really like my drawing style. I mean that I can't be too precious with my drawings. I have no idea what I'm doing right now. I'm just trying to see where are the darkest shadows in the reference picture, but I think that the sketch doesn't really help me. I'm trying to leave the places that the highlights on the leather is. I've never drawn leather before, so it's kind of hard for me right now. And I wanna make it look like a leather pants, not just a black pants. And also wanna capture the pose, because I'm not just standing there. I have my hips slightly to the right, and I don't think it really shows right now. I took the reference closer to me, so that's why you can see it. I have to see it so I can draw. So yeah, sorry about that. I'm gonna go with a gold gray for the top, and I'm gonna start with a really light one, even though I'm gonna make it a lot darker. I'm just creating guides for my darker colors. Like here it's gonna be a lot darker, and this marker is almost empty. Ugh, I don't like that sound, and I don't like my markers being empty. It's a lot juicier from that side though, so that's a good thing. I'm gonna start putting some really dark tones now. I don't like that all of my markers are starting to dry. I have them almost 2 years now, so it is to be expected, but I don't want to order more. I couldn't even order them for so long here in Greece. I found them, the first ones, I found them on Amazon, and after that I couldn't find the seller. They didn't ship here in Greece, and now that I found them again, they have a high shipping cost, so even though they're very cheap, everything adds up really quickly. They're still cheaper than, for example, Pro markers, even here in Greece, and they have a bigger range, I think. Like the Pro markers that I found here in Greece don't really have a big range of colors. I don't know why is that. Artists here in Greece have a hard time finding good, cheap art materials. This might be the first time that I'm using so many grays in a drawing. I usually don't really care for them. I've heard people saying to beginners like, grab some gray set and start drawing with that, but that wouldn't be my advice. If my first markers that I got were just grays, I don't think I would have loved markers as much as I do now. I think it's the colors and how you can blend them together and their hues and everything that really makes me love this medium. I'm doing the hair so I can just take a break from the pens because I'm really scared to do them. The good thing is that even if this doesn't really go as planned and I don't really have a great drawing in the end, it doesn't matter. It's my small sketchbook, my messy one, and I'm just having fun and filling a sketchbook page. And that's enough. That's what sketchbooks are for, right? I'm layering the same color I did before to the darker places. The more you layer a marker, even if it's the same marker, it's gonna get darker. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm really scared of going darker and darker, but I'm doing it. I think the way to draw leather is to have high contrast between the highlights and the shadows. I know that the contrast in the picture isn't that obvious as I'm making it to be, but I really want to show that it's leather. That's why I decided to draw this outfit. It doesn't look like leather at all right now. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. And I think that I have to go with a warm gray in the top too. I don't know about the gloves, maybe I'll leave them like that to show that it's a different material. I'm kinda scared to go darker here in the top, but I'll have to. It kinda looks weird right now. If I want to create some strong highlights later, I can still use this thing here, jelly roll, but not for large spaces, so I'm gonna keep it out to remember that I have this option. Should I go even darker with a warm gray 8? I'm really scared to use this one, but I'm gonna go for it. It's almost black, and I never use black in my drawings, unless I'm doing line art, which I don't really do often, so it's kinda making me a little bit anxious. But now that I put down that dark color, I can go back with this here, no, this one, for the lighter parts. I used it at first for the darkest ones, but I knew that this wouldn't be the darker one. But now there's enough contrast so I can go back with it for the lighter parts. I haven't drawn anything like that before. I've done, as you saw, the other... oh my god, I can't think. The other outfit of the days, yeah, okay. But nothing like that, I mean, using grays and doing leather and stuff. Stepping out of my comfort zone. That's always a good thing, right? If you look at it from a distance, it kind of looks like leather, so... that's a win for me. I haven't done anything really to these boots. I'm just making them darker every time I make something darker in the other places. I haven't really done any blending in this drawing yet, and I don't know if I'm gonna have to. Like maybe a little bit on here, but I don't usually work like that with markers. There's a lot more blending involved. Like that. I don't really care if this code is tricky or whatever, because I'm gonna put a pattern on top of it, so the patterns won't really sew up, because everything's gonna be like that. So it's not a big deal. As you can see, I have all my markers on top of them, because I know which markers I use the most, because I have them for 2 years now, so sometimes I'm just grabbing markers that I know how they're gonna look, just by the cap color and name. I'll have to do something here with a line art, because everything is just blending together, and you can tell what is what. I know that the leather in the photo doesn't really have so much highlights and stuff, but I don't know if I wanna make it exactly like the picture. I don't know yet. Should I use this one? I only have one of these markers because my sister got one for me. She found it in an art store near her house and she gifted it to me so I can try it. And I really like the color that she chose for me. She got me some other ones too, but I really like this one. I really like using purple or light blue for shadows, even in the face. Like for example here, I could just put some here and then blend it with this one. And I'm gonna put some here under the chin. I don't really wanna lose all these highlights in the pants. I don't know if I should. I'm gonna leave it like that for now. I'm going for it. I'm gonna make these highlights here a little bit less white. Okay, I don't know. I'm scared. I'm gonna do it with this one. I regret it. I think the paper is starting to be a bit annoyed with me. Look how much it has blended through the other page. Should I start the line art? I'm gonna start with a 0.1 if it's working, because some of them are not working. Let me see. It's fine. I don't really want to do the pattern with such a dark color, because in the photo it's not the darkest thing, so I don't really want to draw much attention to it, and I don't even know if I'm gonna do a good job on it. So I really wish I had a gray fine liner, but I don't have one. Should I do it with some colored pencil maybe? I'm gonna try that. I really thought that the gray that I had almost looked like black, but now that I have the black down, I can see the difference. And I could even go darker if I wanted, but I don't know if I'm gonna. If there's a video where my cat isn't really meowing hard to get my attention, he's not at home. He's somewhere else, I'm telling you. He does it every time. When I first started drawing, I was seeing all these artists doing the perfect lines in their drawings and really clean lines, and I thought that's how you should do line art. That's the only correct way. But after years of experimenting and watching other artists too, like I'm not the only artist that does this, but the first artists that I was watching and trying to imitate, they all had really clean lines and flat layered colors, but that's not how I like to draw. And after years of experimenting, now I know that. But at first I was trying to have really clean lines, and it didn't really look good with what I wanted to have in my drawings. So experiment, and there's not just one way of doing things. I'm gonna try and do the pattern with some pencils. I'm gonna use one of these two. I think I'm gonna start with the brown one. The good thing with going with pencil is that if I don't like it, I can easily erase it and start again. I don't think I'm gonna do that. I'm not going for perfection, but it's nice to know that you have the option. I really like it so far. I'm not really relying on the picture. I'm just doing whatever feels right to me, and I think it's turning out nice. And I really like that I have different textures in this piece. Like I have the marker, I have the pencil sign underneath, I have the line art on top, and now this. Ooh, I think it's really cute. I really like this drawing. Okay, this side is not my favorite, but it's fine. And I'm really glad that I used the brown one. And just because I started using pencil, I might as well add a little bit in the face for some more blasts. I don't even have that much blast in the picture, but you know, this is not the picture, this is a drawing. Should I add some color in the background too? Or some little shadow here, like I did in the other one? In this one, I have some shadow here, a little bit of shadow here. It doesn't even show up. But should I put some shadow here too or something? I'm gonna do it with this color if I do it. And I'm gonna go for it. A light purple or a light blue are the perfect colors for shadows. I really like it and I think I'm done. So I'm gonna leave you guys here, and I hope you had fun watching me doing this. And if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and a comment or subscribe to my channel. And I hope I'll see you in the next one. Bye!